Welcome to Love Science Today, the podcast where we explore modern relationships through psychology, sociology, philosophy, and real human behavior. Here we study attraction, intimacy, boundaries, and emotional safety in the age of digital connection. If you want to understand love on a deeper level, you are in the right place. Let us begin. Today's episode is titled Emotional Dependency: When Love Becomes Your Only Source of Stability. You feel okay when they are okay. You feel secure when they are close. And when they pull away, everything inside you shifts. That is not just love. That is emotional dependency. In this deeper, more incisive episode of Love Science Today, we explore how relationships can become the primary source of identity, stability, and self-worth, and why that creates fragility instead of connection. You will learn what emotional dependency really is and how it develops from a psychological perspective, the attachment roots behind relying on someone else for your own emotional regulation, why dependency feels exactly like passionate love, but inevitably leads to deep anxiety and imbalance, the critical difference between healthy interdependence and unhealthy reliance, how emotional dependency distorts your perception, your behavior, and your boundaries, practical ways to rebuild internal stability without shutting yourself off from love. If you have ever felt like your emotional state depends entirely on someone else's presence, attention, or consistency, this episode will help you reclaim your center. I want you to check in with your body right now and think about a time you were waiting for a text message, not a casual text, a text from the person you were falling for. While you waited, how did you feel? Did you feel a mild sense of anticipation? Or did you feel an agonizing, hollow tightness in your chest? Did your entire day pause? Did your mood plummet? And when they finally texted back, did you just feel happy? Or did you feel a massive, overwhelming wave of psychological relief? If it was the latter, we need to have a very honest conversation today. Welcome back to Love Science Today. In this space, we explore not just how relationships work, but how they fundamentally shape your inner world. I am your host, Kahindi Ojo. Today's topic is subtle, but it is incredibly powerful. We are talking about emotional dependency, because sometimes what feels like an epic, all-consuming love story is actually just an intense psychological reliance. Today, we are going to unpack why handing someone else the remote control to your emotions is so dangerous, how to tell the difference between healthy interdependence and toxic dependency, and how to finally build a foundation of peace inside yourself. Let us begin. Let us start with clarity. What exactly is emotional dependency? To put it simply, emotional dependency occurs when your core sense of stability, your self-worth, and your internal peace become entirely tied to another human being. You have essentially taken your internal emotional thermostat, unplugged it, and handed the controls to your partner. You can hear it in the way people speak about their relationships. I only feel okay when they're around. I feel panic the second they pull away. I need them to tell me I am good enough so I can feel secure. Your emotional state becomes completely externally regulated. If they have a bad day and are quiet, you assume you are being abandoned and your day is ruined. If they are affectionate, you feel on top of the world. There is a profound vulnerability in this dynamic, but it is not the healthy kind of vulnerability. It is a fragile, terrifying state of existence. You are building your house on someone else's land, and if they ever decide to move, you lose your entire home. If this sounds familiar, I need you to understand that you did not choose to be this way out of weakness. Emotional dependency is a learned survival strategy. It almost always develops in our earliest years. It stems from inconsistent caregiving. If your parents were emotionally volatile, you learned that love was highly unpredictable. You had to monitor their moods to know if you were safe. Early experiences of abandonment. If someone critical left you, your brain formed a core belief that connection is fragile and must be fiercely guarded. Lack of emotional validation. If you were not taught how to soothe yourself as a child, you never developed the internal tools for self-regulation. Your nervous system learned a deeply flawed equation. It learned stability comes from outside connection, not from within. So as an adult, when you feel anxious, you do not know how to comfort yourself. You instinctively reach out and grab the nearest person to act as your emotional life raft. A lot of people push back on this concept. They ask me, but Kahindi, aren't we supposed to rely on our partners? Isn't that what love is? Yes, but we must make a critical psychological distinction between dependency and interdependence. Dependency is rooted in fear and lack. You rely on them to feel okay as a baseline. Your mood shifts entirely based on their behavior. You fear losing them so intensely that you will abandon your own boundaries to keep them happy. You believe you cannot survive emotionally without them. Interdependence is rooted in security and abundance. You deeply value the connection, but you remain grounded in your own identity. You can self-regulate emotionally. You lean on your partner for support, but you do not require them to fix you. You choose the relationship every day, but you do not depend on it for your literal survival. Dependency creates chronic anxiety. Interdependence creates a foundation of deep stability. Let us look at how this plays out in real life. Let's talk about Jessica and Ryan. Jessica was a talented graphic designer, but she struggled with deep self-doubt. When she met Ryan, he was warm, consistent, and incredibly validating. For the first few months, Jessica felt happier than she had in years. She felt most alive when Ryan was physically present. But around month 4, Ryan got a promotion. His work hours increased. He was still loving, but he was tired and he had less time to text during the day. Jessica spiraled. When Ryan took 3 hours to reply, Jessica's mind went to dark places. She started overthinking. She convinced herself he was losing interest. She would call him in tears, asking if he still loved her. Ryan hadn't changed his feelings at all. He was just busy. But Jessica's experience of the relationship shifted from joy to absolute terror. Because her emotional state was inextricably tied to his immediate availability, his busy day became her psychological crisis. Ryan was slowly becoming exhausted by the constant need to reassure her. That is the tragedy of emotional dependency. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The harder you grip someone to keep yourself stable, the more likely you are to suffocate the relationship. Why do we confuse this with romance? Because dependency creates massive emotional intensity. It creates urgency. It creates dizzying highs and devastating lows. When you are emotionally dependent, reuniting with your partner after an argument feels like a massive rush of adrenaline and dopamine. It feels euphoric. Many people, especially those raised in chaotic environments, mistake that physiological arousal for passion. They think, I need them so badly, I must be deeply in love. But real love is not supposed to feel like a roller coaster that makes you sick to your stomach. Real love feels stable. It feels calm. It feels like a safe harbor, not a storm. The cost of this dynamic is immense. Emotional dependency does not just hurt the relationship, it actively erodes your sense of self. When you are dependent, you experience a loss of identity. You stop doing the hobbies you used to love. You stop seeing your friends as much. You mold yourself into whatever you think your partner wants you to be, just so they won't leave. It leads to an over-tolerance of unhealthy behavior. If your partner treats you poorly, you will likely stay. You will justify their disrespect because the idea of leaving them and losing your only source of emotional regulation feels like psychological death. You abandon yourself to keep them. And eventually you look in the mirror and realize you have no idea who is looking back at you. If you see yourself in this, please hear me clearly. You can unlearn this. You can take the remote control back. Here is your protocol for rebuilding internal stability. 1. Develop emotional self-regulation. Before you call your partner in a panic, practice the pause. When anxiety hits, sit alone for 20 minutes. Breathe deeply. Put your hand on your chest and say, I am safe, I am okay. Learn to be the parent to your own inner child before you ask your partner to do it. 2. Build your identity outside the relationship. You need pillars that have nothing to do with your romance. You need your own hobbies. You need your own friendships. You need a purpose that is entirely yours. A table with 4 legs is stable. A table with 1 leg collapses instantly. 3. Reduce over-attachment. Early on. When you start dating someone new, pace yourself. Do not text them 24/7. Do not spend every single night together in month 1. Allow the connection to grow gradually so your nervous system does not become instantly addicted. 4. Challenge your core beliefs. When your brain tells you, "I need them to feel okay," consciously correct it. Say out loud, "I love having them in my life, but I am fully capable of supporting myself." 5. Choose, do not depend. Shift your entire paradigm of love. Love is a beautiful, conscious choice. It is not a requirement for your emotional survival. I want you to take these questions into your week. Journal on them with radical honesty. Do I genuinely feel stable and at peace when I am completely on my own? How much does my daily mood fluctuate based entirely on someone else's tone of voice or texting habits? What am I truly afraid would happen to me if this person were to leave my life tomorrow? Who am I and what do I actually enjoy doing outside of this specific connection? I want to leave you with a final thought to anchor you. Love is a beautiful addition to a whole life. It should add to your stability. It should never, ever replace it. You are entirely responsible for your own emotional baseline. When you finally build a home inside yourself, you stop looking for a savior in your partner. Because when you are truly grounded within yourself, you do not lose yourself in love. You simply share yourself. This is Love Science Today. I am Kahinda Ojo. Until next time, don't depend on love. Grow strong enough to choose it. Thank you for listening to Love Science Today. I hope this episode gave you something meaningful to think about. If you learned something, share it with someone who may benefit. Remember that love is not random. It is a pattern you can understand and choose with intention. Join me again for the next episode as we continue exploring the science and soul of real connection. Stay thoughtful, stay open, take care of your heart.